Hello and welcome. My name is Beth Alexander and I am so excited to be your friend and guide in fitness for the next 21 days together on this total body journey. Before we get started, just make sure you've got enough space around you that you're not going to hit anything if you move side to side. I'm going to be on top of this yoga mat. That's about the amount of space that you need to have. And we are going to go down to the mat later. So if you have a mat at home or if you want to go grab a towel, something just to cushion you underneath yourself and above the floor, go ahead and grab it and have it handy. Then let's get started with side steps. Now I'll explain a little bit more about today's workout in the program as we warm up. So with these side steps, take your feet out wider than your shoulders. Keep your feet nice and light on the ground. We don't want to disturb your neighbors below. Keep the knees soft, the abs pulled in, shoulders back and down, and stand tall, reaching up through the crown of your head. So the purpose of this dynamic warm-up is to get your body warm. Because when you get your body warm and you start to bring your heart rate up, your body prepares itself really well for exercise. All right? Then after that, we're going to move into some activation exercises that are going to target your booty, your glutes, your legs, and also your core and your abdominals. And then at the end, we're going to work on a standing skill, which is going to be a balance challenge of sorts. All the exercises are going to be low impact. That means no running, no jumping. It's going to be gentler on your joints, and I'm going to offer you modifications and options for more of a challenge along the way. All right? So do what works best for you and your body today, but just keep moving, all right? Stay with me. Let's turn this into a step tap and reach an arm forward. There you go, starting to get those shoulders warmed up too. So today's lower body. Tomorrow we're going to focus more on your upper body. And then on day 3, we are going to do a cardiovascular workout, which is designed to get your heart rate up even more and help you burn some serious calories. We will continue to follow that sequence for the first 2 weeks. And then week 3 is called Body Blast. And we're going to put all the skills together that we learned in weeks 1 and 2 into that 3rd week. So just like this workout is starting out slow and it's going to build up, but don't be fooled, it's not going to be easy. So is the program. Take an arm and now twist. Reach across your body. Each workout will build on the last one. It's progressive so that you get a chance to practice the building blocks, skills, and get better. Especially because on our leg days, we are doing single-sided or unilateral exercises, which involve one leg and typically challenge your balance. Take an arm, wipe the sweat off your brow. What's great about doing single-sided and unilateral work is that it can help prevent injuries by avoiding muscle imbalances or by helping to balance them back out. So if you have one side that's more dominant or the other, by doing the single leg exercises, you are going to force both legs to work. It will also help you to improve your balance, integrate your core, so they're super functional, and we're still going to get a lot of sculpting, toning, and strengthening out of them. So it's a win, win, win. All right, take your feet about shoulder width apart now. Turn your toes out slightly. Inhale, stand tall. As you exhale, squeeze your butt muscles together, brace your core. Lower your hips down into a squat and then stand up. Lower and lift, lower and lift. Good. Hopefully you're starting to feel warm by now. Look down at your knees. Make sure that your knees and toes point out the same direction, like that, a slight angle, and that your knees do not go over your toes. So if your knees are coming forward like this, that puts a tremendous amount of stress on the knees. Instead, sit your butt back and keep your shins vertical, all right? This program is also jam-packed with cues that are designed to keep it fun and engaging, but also informational and educational. Help you feel the exercises in the right places. Let's go 3 more. 2, last one. All right, now take your legs out super wide, which is wider than your shoulders, and point your toes straight ahead. Lean to one side, then come on back up. Lean to that same side, come on up. Check in on your knee and toe alignment. Should be pointing the same direction. And then shift the weight back into that heel. Keep your left leg straight. Should feel a left inner thigh stretch as you come off to the side. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Switch sides, off to the left now. Now as you do this, if you're dropping your chest like this or rounding your back, that's not right. Keep your chest up. Good. Do not round the spine. That's not good for your back. Not in this position. So keep that heart up and keep those abs pulled up and in. 4 more. 4, 3, last 2. 1 more. Beautiful. Shake it out. Hopefully you're warm. We're going to take it down to the floor for our activation exercises. So we will start on our backs in a glute bridge position. So slowly lower yourself down. Lay flat on your back with your knees bent. Your feet close to your butt. So you want your ankles and your knees in line. Knees directly over the ankles. Toes turn out slightly. Knees are going to point the same direction. Inhale, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, push through your heels into the floor. Lift your hips up and hold. I'm looking for one line from your shoulders to your knees. So if your butt's drooping like this, lift up. Likewise, if your back is arching like that, pull your core in and relax your upper body. We're holding this for 30 seconds, and this is the first of our isometric exercises that we're gonna do today. You got about 10 more seconds left. Can you push through your heels? Can you squeeze your butt muscles in? And can you make your toes feel nice and light? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower your hips down and bring your knees over your hips, your hands up to the ceiling. So this next exercise is called dead bug, and it's for your core. You should really feel your abs shake while you do this. It's one of my favorites. I want you to go ahead and pull your back down to the mat. To clarify, if you have a little bit of an arch in your lower back, that's okay for about the space that you would need for a pencil. If your lower back is slightly arched, like right by your hips, that's fine, but your rib cage needs to stay down. And some people find it easier just pull their whole back down to the mat. So do what works for you and your body. Take a deep breath in. As you inhale, push your opposite hand and thigh together and push hard, push with some force. And then extend your other arm and leg out only as far as you can go without arching your back. Right? So I can go pretty far, but some people will be right here for now. Push your hand and knee together so hard that your abs start to shake. If they're not shaking, you're not doing it right. Hold for 3, hold for 2, hold for 1, reset. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Other side, push together. Extend your opposite arm and leg out as far as you can go without your back arching. Keep that back down on the mat. Push your hand and thigh together hard for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reset. Let's do it again. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, push together, make your abs shake. Extend your arm and leg out. Keep exhaling, little exhales if you need to, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reset. Last time, big breath in. Exhale, push together, you got this, and extend out. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Push harder. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, next, we are going to target the hamstrings with a hamstring bridge. So walk your feet out away from your butt. Keep your knees and your toes pointing straight up to the ceiling. I don't want to see that. Knees and toes straight up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push your heels into the floor. And if you're doing that, you should feel your hips start to get light. Keep pushing your heels down so hard until your hips can lift up off the floor, and they're only going to go up like an inch. Maybe that, all right? Lift up and hold. We're holding for 30 seconds. You should feel this in the back of your hamstrings. If you're feeling it in your low back, walk your feet back closer to your butt. Then wherever you're at, push down with your heels, and without moving your feet, can you pull your heels toward your butt as though you could slide yourself up the mat? Good. Your hamstrings may borderline cramp when you do that. Keep squeezing and holding in. Toes and knees point straight up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Hug both knees in. Rock yourself gently side to side if it feels good. And then make your way up onto your hands and knees. So our next exercise is going to actually be an active stretch. Take one foot, bring it in between your hands, and this stretch is for your psoas, the front of your hip. This is a great stretch to do for those of you that sit a lot, whether it's at work or in the car, as this muscle can get shortened in those positions. So, push with your front knee or your front heel down into the floor and pull your heel back. Your knee should be over your heel. Then squeeze your back butt cheek and press your butt cheek forward. Press your hips forward. So it's like your front leg pulls back, your back leg pulls forward, and they're both pulling in. From there, reach both arms up overhead. Keep your abs pulled in, belly button in towards your spine, and lift up as tall as you can. Option 1, you can hang out here. Option 2, bring your hands behind your head, and you're going to lean towards the front leg. Just adding a little side stretch there. Should feel the stretch in the front of your hip or the front of your thigh. Take one more deep breath in, then come back to center and switch sides. You've been blessed with 2 hips, 2 legs. Let's stretch them both. All right, front knee over your heel. Push your heel into the floor, pull it back. Then squeeze your back butt cheek, press it forward. So your legs are pulling in towards center. From there, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Take a couple big deep breaths in here. Option to stay here or hands go behind the head and go ahead and add that side lean. So one common mistake I see here is that people arch their back like this too much. Keep your core in nice and tight. Keep your abs tight. And you're just leaning sideways. Still lifting up, so get a little bit taller. And then as you exhale, come back down. All right. Back onto your hands and knees. This is called a quadruped position. Now this doesn't work great for everybody. So if you've got wrist issues, know that you can do all of these exercises on your elbows, or you can prop your elbows up on a stable object to keep your chest a little bit more lifted. And likewise, if you have sensitive knees, grab a towel, grab a cushion, grab a pillow. You are more than welcome to put a little bit of cushioning underneath there. All right, so you're gonna find a neutral spine position. So not arched, not rounded. You wanna reach your butt back and keep your head reaching straight forward. Inhale, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push your hands into the floor. That's gonna bring your thoracic spine, which we'll talk about later, your rib cage area, into more of a rounded position. Then I want you to keep your booty out, but pull your belly button away from your waistband. All right, take a deep breath in. Let's try that again. Exhale, push your hands into the floor, pull your abs up and in. All right, from here, you're gonna lift one knee up and out to the side and then bring it down. Just starting with fire hydrants. So, keep pushing your hands into the floor. With your leg, you're gonna lift your knee up and out to the side. This is targeting some of your glute muscles. We're working your glutes here in external rotation. We're gonna work them a couple different ways. Get them nice and active before we integrate them with our balance exercises later. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Switch sides. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, push your hands into the floor again, pull your belly button up and in, lift your opposite knee up, and lift that knee out to the side. Now, a couple common mistakes I see on these. One is people lean off to the side. Do not lean, stay over your center. Another mistake I see is that people will take their foot out like this. Don't do it. Lead out with the knee. So you can think about keeping your feet closer together and letting your knee go out. And it's called a fire hydrant because it looks like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant, all right? So if you know that visual, you've got something to shoot for. 3, 2, and 1. Good, set your knees down, pull your hips back, arms reach forward, child's pose. Take another deep breath in here. As you exhale, back up onto your hands and knees. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, push your hands into the floor. Take one leg, reach it straight back behind you. Straighten your leg, flex your foot. So instead of pointing your toes, you're gonna reach back with your heel, and then squeeze your back butt cheek. Lower that knee back down to the mat, and then kick it back again, right to where we started. These are called back kicks, and these work your glutes in hip extension. It's gonna target the biggest glute muscle, your glute max. So, most common mistake I see here is people do not keep their core tight. So remember how your abs felt in dead bug. Can you make your abs feel strong and hard and maybe even shaking here as you reach one leg back? That will help you to stabilize your spine and better isolate your glute muscles as you kick back. Makes it more efficient, more effective, and it works those abs at the same time. Win-win. Switch sides. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, push your hands into the floor, pull your abs up and in, lift your other leg up and back, thighs parallel to the floor. Again, if you're pointing your foot, flex it, squeeze your back butt cheek, and pull your abs up and in. From there, lower the knee down, and then back kick it straight back behind you. Right back to where we started. And I do not want to see, call those donkey kicks, or your back arches. Keep your spine still, move through the hips. Woo! Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Can you push your hands into the floor more? Can you pull your abs in more? Last 2. Last 1. Good. Knees down, take a child's pose. So I dropped a big vocab word earlier in this workout. You may have heard it. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, come back up onto your hands and knees. And it was an isometric contraction, which is the fancy name for holding a muscle contraction. You're not moving, you're just holding still. And that's exactly what we're gonna do next. So inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, push your hands into the floor again. Try to push the floor away from you. Pull your abs up and in. Reach one leg back, just like your back kick. There you go. And then reach your opposite arm out. If this is too much of a challenge for your balance, you can leave your hand down for now. Otherwise, I want your arm out straight and then spin your thumb up to the ceiling. We're gonna hold here for 20 more seconds. So the purpose of isometric contractions is to bring strength and stability to your body. It helps lock in good alignment. It helps to strengthen connective tissue like your tendons and your ligaments. And it also builds muscle memory in positions we want to be familiar with. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your hand and knee down. One more time, other side. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, push your hands into the floor. Pull your abs up and in. Extend your opposite leg back. Flex the back foot hard. Find your back kick position. And then reach your opposite arm out if you can today. Spin your thumb up to the ceiling and hold. This exercise in particular is called bird dog, and it's great. It works to strengthen your core muscles. It's challenging your shoulder strength and stability. It's working your glutes. It's working your low back, and it's also challenging your balance. And it's one of my favorites, and it can be really easy if you're not listening to my cues. But if you reach your opposite arm and leg out, and you pull your abs up and in, you can make this movement, or lack of movement since we're holding, really challenging. Stay for 3, reach a little bit further, pull your abs in a little bit more, 2, 1, and rest. All right, one more isometric exercise on each side. Take a leg, step it forward in between your hands. Curl your back toes under. Straighten your back leg. Option 1, you can hang out here and make sure your knee is over your ankle. You have the option to twist, take a simple twist towards that front leg. Otherwise, if you want more of a challenge, ground down through your heel, bring your hands up to balance on the front thigh, and then reach both arms up to the ceiling. Good, you're keeping that front knee in a nice deep 90-degree bend. Push your weight through the front heel. We are strengthening the muscles and the connective tissue on this leg. As you inhale, can you get taller? And as you exhale, can you pull your abs in? One more time, big breath in, lift up. Exhale, abs in, bring your hands down. Back knee drops down and switch sides. So, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Isometric contractions or holding exercises can be really challenging, not only physically, but mentally. Go ahead and curl your back toes under. Lift your back leg up. Push through the front heel, option to stay here with a twist, or lift up to balance, hands on the thigh, or reach your arms up to the ceiling. Take a couple big deep breaths in here. We're gonna be here for about 20 more seconds. But now that you know the purpose of them, they strengthen your muscles, they strengthen your connective tissue, they are going to help you exercise in safer ways and keep you strong and create integrity through your body. I hope you will remind yourself of that when your mind wants to give up. All right? You can do it. You've got 5, 4, bend into that front knee, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, drop your back knee down, step your legs back, and walk your hands towards your feet, come into a forward fold, and shake your head no, then nod your head yes. Let the tension out of your neck and shoulders. Bring your hands to your shins. Slide up, lifting up with your chest. Pause when your hands get to your knees, and I want you to check in. Are you rounding like this? Are you arching like this? If so, can you bring yourself to a neutral position? So your booty's reaching back, your head is reaching out and forward, and your abs are pulled up and in. From here, push your heels into the floor, squeeze your butt muscles together, stand up, and shake it out. All right, it's time for our skill, and we are gonna work on reverse lunges and feeling the lunges in your butt muscles and not just your thighs. So go ahead and come to the top of your mat. Make sure you've got space behind you. Inhale, get tall. Actually, look down at your feet. Your feet should be about hip width apart. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, pull your abs up and in and shift your weight onto your right heel. Good. From here, you're gonna go ahead and just take your leg out to the side, your left leg out, and then straight back behind you. So tap out and back. Keep pushing the weight through that right heel. If your knee starts to bend a lot like this, can you bring it back? So I want your knee over where your shoelaces would be and your booty reaching slightly back behind you. Good. 5, 4, all the weight still in that right leg. 3, 2 more. Last one. All right, you're gonna take your left leg, take a giant step backwards, pause. Feet and hips are pointing straight ahead. Hands are on your hips. Lower your hips down, making a 90-degree bend in both knees and keeping your front knee over your front ankle. Push down with your front heel into the floor, step back together. Let's do that again. Step back, lower down, push through the front heel, step up. All right, a couple more times. Just going through that range of motion. Your front thigh should get parallel to the floor at the bottom. And then one common mistake I see is people leaning forward like this. So keep that chest lifted and keep your core engaged to stay upright. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. All right, let's switch sides. Feet about hip width apart. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, pull your abs in. Shift the weight into your left heel. Pull your booty back a little bit. Knee stays over where your shoelaces are or would be. You're gonna tap the right foot out to the side and then straight back. All the weight stays on the left leg. Right leg's just going along for the ride. So in this one, I've kind of tricked you. We're doing an isometric hold here on the left leg when we're moving the right side. Can you pull your abs up and in as you do this? Can you drop your shoulder blades back and down? Yes, you can. 4 more. 4, should be feeling the butt cheek on the left side and the left leg. Last one. Good, all right, now take your right leg. Take a giant step backwards. Make sure your feet and your hips point straight ahead. Lower your hips down towards the floor. 90-degree bend in both knees. Front thighs parallel to the floor. Then push through that front heel and stand up. Let's try it again. Big step backwards, lower down, push through the heel, stand up. Good. Start to flow through that a little bit smoother. Making sure that your knee stays over your ankle on your front leg. Yes. And your knee and your toes point the same direction. And then again, if you find yourself leaning forward, pull your abs in, stay upright. 2 more. Last one. All right, back to side number 1. So this time you're gonna plant all the weight into your right leg, step your left leg back, and hold. Feet pointing straight ahead, hips pointing straight ahead. If you had flashlights on your hips, they would point straight ahead like headlights. From here, inhale, get tall. Exhale, pull your abs in, pull your belly button away from your waistband, and you're going to hinge at the hips. Good, so come on back upright. Notice when I hinged, I did not round my back at all. So let's do that one more time. You're gonna pop your booty out, bring your chest forward. Good, now look down at your knee and your toe alignment. If you're here, you're gonna feel this a lot in your quad. This time, can you bring your knee back slightly behind your ankle and then shift the weight forward so it's off the back foot. It's almost 90%. It's like 90, 95% in the front leg. Then bring your hands to your heart. From here, reach your arms forward and pull your arms back in. Keep pulling your belly button into your spine. Push with that front heel into the floor hard. You can do it. 2 more. 2, last one. Good. Step together. So the pushing with the heel into the floor is what's gonna help you feel your glute on this lunge more than your thigh. So second set of reverse lunges, take your left leg, big step back, and then push through that heel to come on up. Good. I'm adding a little bicep curl here with my arms. You can do that. If balance is challenging for you, you can do this next to a sofa or a countertop, something to hang on to. Otherwise, just step it back at the bottom, drive through that front heel, feel your butt muscles, and try to pull yourself up. You can do it. 2 more on this side. 2, last one. Good, shake it out. Other side. Left leg forward, right leg back. Go ahead and look down at your toes. Make sure they're straight like you're on a set of skis. Same thing with your hips. If you had flashlights on both hips, you would want them to point straight ahead. We don't want any funny headlights. Point them straight ahead. Then bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, pull your abs and belly button away from your waistband, like you're squeezing into a pair of jeans. It's just one size too tight. And then from there, go ahead and hinge and hold. Again, in this hinge position, pull the abs in. If you're rounded like this, don't do that. If you're arched like this, that's also not correct. Pull your booty back, lift your chest up, and keep your abs in. Then shift 90 to 95% of the weight in your front leg. Your back leg's a kickstand. Bring your hands to your heart. You're gonna reach the arms forward and then bring them back in. Now as you reach your arms forward, can you reach your butt back at the same time and push through your front heel into the floor? 2 more. 2, last one, hold it here. Look down. If your knee is bent, you need to bring your knee back. You may even feel a stretch here in the back of your thigh. Then push through the front heel, pull yourself up to standing, and get ready for reverse lunges. Inhale, get tall on this side. Exhale, pull your abs up and in. Take your right leg, step it back, lower down, and then push your front heel to stand up. Again, reverse lunge, push to the front heel to stand up. So the thighs are still going to be working here. They're still involved, but the more you can push down with the front heel, the more you will feel and activate your glutes. Make sure that your front knee stays pointing the same direction as your toes, and that your front knee stays over your ankle. Do not let it go forward like this. That's bad for your knee. Big step back. 1 more. Good. All right, shake it out. Do a happy dance because you are done with the workout. I've got 3 stretches to send you off with today, starting with a forward fold. So take your legs out super wide, wider than your shoulders, and bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, pull your abs in, and you're going to hinge at the hips. So pull your butt back. Your chest will come forward as a result of your butt going back. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you're not rounding through the spine. And then pull your butt back so far you feel like you might fall backwards, but don't actually topple back, all right? And then from there you can start to straighten your legs a little bit. What I want you to find is a stretch in the back of the hamstrings. Now option 1, you can stay there. Option 2, you can walk your hands off to the right. You can stay here, or if your back is straight, you can rotate an arm up to the ceiling. Take 1 more big breath in. Exhale, bring that hand down and switch sides. If you walked over to the right, this time walk over to the left. Option to stay there, stretching the back of the left leg, or if your back is straight and it feels good, you can try rotating up to the ceiling. Pull your abs in, even in this stretch, and keep your knees unlocked and your hips reaching back. Then walk your hands back through center. Slide your hands up your shins, lift your chest up first, and then squeeze your butt muscles to stand up. All right, now find something So hang on to for balance. You're gonna go ahead and pull a heel to your butt, or a quad stretch, all right? So heel to your butt, keep your knees together, press your hips forward, abs tight, and eyes straight ahead. 2 common mistakes I see on this one. 1, knees are apart. 2, back is arched like that. So find that dead bug feeling, that shaky feeling in your abs. Keep your abs engaged as you stretch your quad. And switch sides. Pull your other heel to your butt, knees together, hips press forward, chest is lifted, abs are engaged. One more deep breath in here. Shake it out. All right, last stretch on your back. A figure 4 glute stretch. So from here, you're just gonna lay flat on your back, cross one ankle over your knee, and then thread your hand in between your legs, wrap your hands behind your thigh, around the front of your shin, and pull your legs in toward your chest. You should feel the stretch in the outer hip of the leg that's closer to you. For more of a stretch, you can flex your foot and gently press your knee away from your chest. All right? Now, if you're feeling a good stretch, go ahead and hang out here. You can also modify by just holding it here. If you want more, join me in pigeon instead. You'll bring one knee to the front of your mat and extend your opposite leg back. Hips are pointing straight ahead here, nice and square. Lift your chest up, push with your front leg into the ground as though you could push through the floorboards. Your hands will feel light if you're doing that correctly. And then go ahead and walk your elbows down onto the floor. Wherever you're at, take another deep breath in. And exhale, let it out. Stretching only gets better the more you do it. Shake your legs out and we'll switch sides. So those of you on your back, you're just crossing your opposite ankle over your knee, reaching around for the back of your thigh, the front of your shin, pulling your legs in toward your chest. For those of you that want a deeper stretch and pigeon feels good, you'll bring your knee to the front of your mat, extend your opposite leg back, lift up nice and tall, push down through the front thigh, pull your abs up and in. Hands should feel light if you're pushing down enough, and then go ahead and fold forward onto your elbows. If you're in the figure 4 stretch, remember for more you can flex your foot or press your knee gently away from your chest. All right, then wherever you're at, go ahead and unwind yourself. We'll meet on our hands and knees. Take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, curl your toes under, push your butt up to the ceiling for downward facing dog. You can bend one knee and then the other, giving your calves a nice little stretch if you'd like. And then walk your hands back to your feet, coming into a forward fold. Slide your hands up your shins, lifting up with your chest first. Pause when your hands get to your knees. No rounding, no arching through the back. Abs are pulled in, booty's back, chest is up. From here, squeeze your butt muscles together, stand up. Do a happy dance, because you are done. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.